That's all I can do, and that's all I can say. That is a very emphatic win, a statement win for Ruben Amorim on his first Premier League game. A 4-0 dominant display at Old Trafford. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of United Talks podcast. Here we're going to be reviewing Manchester United versus Everton at a 4-0 dominant display at Old Trafford for a home game for the head coach, Ruben Amorim. Manchester United secured a resounding 4-0 victory over Everton at Old Trafford, making Ruben Amorim's first Premier League home win um, emphatic and a statement win. The victory follows the midweek triumph in Europe, showcasing Amorim's positive impact on the team, with Marcus Rashford and Joshua Zirkzee both scoring twice, with United delivering their target Premier League win in more than their largest Premier League win in more than 3 years. The victory moves the Red Devils to ninth, extending their unbeaten run across all competitions to six, or I think it's seven games, not 6 games, 7 games unbeaten. And of those 7 games, we've had 2 draws and 5 wins in all of that, in all competitions. But let's just kind of give a match analysis of the first half, second half, and entirely how the game went. First, Everton started the match really brightly, as everybody would suggest, because from what I saw in the game was really evenly matched, with United trying to dominate the display with a dominating possession performance, moving the game from side to side. Um, Later on in the video, I'll show you the pass map for Manchester United, so you can see how each player was placed in the team. But in the opening stages, Everton tried to hold possession after like 12, 13 minutes of Everton held possession and tried to create so many chances. They were so dominant. It was a bit scary as to what to expect from them. They created a few dangerous moments, and United's defense, anchored by Matthias de Ligt and Andre Onana, um, ensured that they could limit Everton's half chances. And United, however, capitalized on the opportunities with clinical precision. The first um, was breaking the deadlock by Marcus Rashford. This breakthrough came in the 34th minute when Marcus Rashford scored from a corner, in a move that was reminiscent of Paul Scholes' iconic volley against Bradford, with Bruno Fernandes delivering a pinpoint ball to Rashford on the edge of the box. Rashford's half volley, aided by a deflection off Jared Brantwaite, wrong-footed Jordan Pickford to give United that lead. What I could say to that regard is that um, Ruben Amorim said that these corner kicks were practiced in the training ground, and it was emphatically executed in the training ground. It's quite exciting to see these kinds of things come through in the game. And just before halftime, after United's pressing, basically Amad Diallo. And there's one thing I would like to say before I go on to talk about Amad Diallo, and then we will also talk about him in the player ratings when the player ratings are out later today. One thing I would like to say is that Amad Diallo played the perfect game, and that's why he was given the man of the match. He's my man of the match, despite the fact that Rashford and Zirkzee both got 2 goals. He's my man of the match because he was involved in all the goals. His pressing was very unique because he could sniff it and anticipate it and almost start running just right on time. And he seems to be Ruben Amorim's main guy when it comes to that wing back position. We need to find someone who will back him up, who will play exactly or even better than what he's delivering. He's showing that he is capable of fulfilling that need for the right wing back position. For him to be able to anticipate all of these like interceptions he's been making, this is not the first time he's doing such, but for him to be able to anticipate such interception with so much um ease and with the ability to actually um, sense it right on time to be able to deliver such pressing is unique. Basically, United's pressing paid off as Amadiallo dispossessed um, Jared Brandtwaite near the Everton box, and Fernandez pounced on the loose ball and set up Joshua Zirkzee. So Amadiallo pressed the ball off of Jared Brandtwaite and passed the ball um, to um, Bruno Fernandez, who eventually um, laid the ball off to Joshua Zirkzee for a composed finish, doubling the lead and giving United control of the match. And everybody just expected right from there on out. That's why I'm so happy. And everybody expected right from there on out that United would just ride this game. We just needed that killer instinct. And obviously, we were a bit scared. And so I could see Ruben Amorim scared on the touchline, and he was worried that, oh, we need to actually secure this win no matter what. So yeah, it was super, super, and I'm super excited for Joshua Zirkzee and Marco Rashford. These are two players that United fans have gotten on their backs a lot. I've always known they'll come good, and this is just the beginning. This is just the start, and they scored. Joshua Zirkzee has scored 2 goals now under Ruben Amorim. Marco Rashford has scored 3 goals under Ruben Amorim. So it shows that with a bit of confidence, and most of the pundits and the match analysts and all of that were saying um, that with a bit of confidence, these players show what they can do. Like, let's not underrate the performance that Zirkzee put on or Rashford put on, because one thing I could understand from the formation that we were playing in that game was that Zirkzee appears to be the striker and Rashford appears to be playing in number 10, which is what he practiced, what Amorim used as a practice um, in the game against Bodo Glimt, where he played Rashford in the number 10 and Rasmus Højlund as a striker. But this time around, because Zirkzee is a 9.5, he could also play in the number 10 role, and Rashford could be the striker. So they were kind of feeding off each other. Zirkzee comes short, takes the ball. Rashford is already and like Xerxes' touches were a few times he's lost touch of the ball and all of that, but his touches were very unique and pristine. Like he put Ahmad through so many times, put Diallo through so many times, even Rashford. Like passing the ball with pristine accuracy was unique. Like hold the ball, he doesn't need to even battle anybody, hold the ball and square it almost to the open space that Ahmad is always covering. And that's where you see from the pass map of the entire team, you see that Ahmad was higher than even Dalo as well. So basically, for me, I was so happy for Zirkzee and Rashford to have come up with 2 goals literally in the entire game. But let's analyze the second half. So United came out firing, basically, as always, and this has become a trend, and it seems most teams are becoming scared of this. Yeah, that's why they try to hold us down to not be able to play the first 2 to 5 minutes of the game because we score really early. First game under Amorim, we scored in 90 seconds. And second game under Amorim was scored in 48 to I think 48 seconds or 58 seconds or whatever it is. But now in this game, everybody was expecting Everton. I'm guessing we're expecting that. Oh, it is for us to be scared, for them to be scared, and then they held us down, so we don't have to make that quick one. But second half, we came out firing again, just like in the second half against Bodo Glimt. Came out firing and scored a quick goal. 21 seconds into the second half, we scored a third goal, and it was a clinical and ruthless goal by Marcus Rashford. He just needed 21 seconds to add the third goal. Amadiallo's clever reverse pass found Rashford in stride. And this started from the back. We won the ball through a header and then obviously pressed it. And next thing, Marcus Rashford calmly slotted the ball through Pickford's left legs after after Ahmad had pressed the ball and was pressing forward or dribbling with the ball, and then just put Rashford through because I could see Rashford come across and cut through the center backs and then the through ball, and then Rashford just slotted it in goal through Pickford's legs in goal. And this goal sealed the match, leaving Everton with a little chance to mount a comeback. And I loved it. I loved it. I was so happy for him. It was so good for his confidence, and he started playing really well. And then when we were pressing with ease, with panache, we were pressing with like we were giving an we were pressing like an elite team. We're not there yet, but we're cooking. That's what I can say. We're cooking. Now, in the 64th minute, Zirkzee struck again, which is Zirkzee's second goal, as I said earlier, benefiting from another instance of Ahmad's relentless pressing. The young winger won the ball high up the pitch and provided an inch pass to Zirkzee, who finished with the composure to keep off, United's scoring. One thing I can say for a fact is Ahmad's relentless pressing started with pressing from before the halfway line, and then in the process of trying to dribble through, the ball still came back to him like a magnet. The ball still came back to him. He tried to run, and then I think Brantwaite nicked the ball, and Rashford pressed and ran out of the field, and Ahmad got the ball again by accident and continued the nicked the ball again by accident and continued to press forward and dribble with the ball, and then just put Xerxes through, and easy. He just slotted it in with the side foot, and it was composed finish and a good like second goal. But what we can talk about with key performances is that Joshua Xerxes made a case for himself. His performance was a statement. Despite being um underutilized in previous games, he showcased his versatility in goal scoring and instinct. In his goal scoring instincts. He his two goals were a product of excellent positioning and teamwork, which while his involvement with Rashford's second goal highlighted his playmaking ability, as I said, he brought the ball down with his thighs and then squared the ball to Ahmad. And the same thing happened for when he put Rashford through as well. With competition for the striker role heating up, Xerxes' display strengthens his claim for more starts. Obviously, he's going to be part of the team, and Amorim has already said this time and again that everybody's going to be involved because we have so many games. We have more than 50 games to go in the season. We have so many. We're involved in all competitions, like all the cups. So we have so many games to go. We have like an extra round. I think we're in the round of 32. I think it will be the round of 32 or round of 16. For after the first eight, we're going to have a round of, and we're going to have another eight to make up a round of 16 for the Europa League. So there's so many games to go around for everybody. Another key performer is Amad Diallo, who embraced his role. He was instrumental, playing a part in three of United's four goals, operating from the right wing, and he was United's most consistent attacking threat. Um, Combining flair with work ethic. His pressing led directly to both Xerxes' goals, underlining his tactical intelligence and determination. And as I said, from the game, you could see he was very quick at sniffing danger and taking advantage of that, and consistently and constantly running. He scared me for a bit when he went down towards the end of the second half. When he went down, and then I was worried that he might have probably pulled something or held his groin or cramps or something. But he kept stretching it, and then he ended up finishing the game. I wish Amorim took him off. But the person who is going to be his backup is not even like up to scratch with speed and all of that, and intensity and tenacity and talent and technicality. I know that Anthony is technical, but like not as much as Ahmad. But Amorim praised Ahmad in his post-match reaction, emphasizing his big talent despite his small stature, but still said that there's more work to be done and he also needs to improve, which means there is more that this team can do. These players are not garbage as everybody wants to make us feel. These players are not garbage. There's still more that this team can do. Um, Another unique performer or key performer in this game is Marcus Rashford, getting back to his best. His brace marked his third goal in 2 games under Amorim, and his confidence and clinical finishing were evident, particularly in his second goal, which showcased his ability to capitalize on quick transitions. That is what we want. That's the Marcus Rashford we need. And Amorim already said it in his press conference when he said that um, for Marcus to become Marcus, he needs to be Marcus and then want it more, right? So this built confidence. Like he was helping the team, even defending from the mid, and then, like I said earlier, switching with Zirkzee at intervals and playing as a 10 as well as playing as a 9. It was really helpful. It was really helpful. I saw a glimpse of it against Bodo Glimt, and it's good to see that it is working now. And then we have like from what I see, if all the defenders are back, we should have 2.5 full teams that can fit into this play style and pattern. and it will be peak. United will cook. I just want all the players. I hope and pray that all the players are, are fully fit and back. Um, so and then obviously Everton struggled. Jared Brandtwaite enjoyed a nightmare afternoon, and that was thanks to Amad Diallo, who inadvertently contributed to United's first two goals. Everton's inability to cope with United's pressing game, which is elite, as I mentioned, left them vulnerable, and their lack of response after going behind highlights the challenges that Shrandaish faces in stirring them up back from the relegation zone. But one thing I can say is these 3 points were emphatic because it took us from the second half of the table to the first half of the table. Amazing. Top of the pile with plus 4 goals difference based on goals scored and goals conceded. Another thing is that there are certain players that are going to be suspended for the Arsenal trip. Our next game is against Arsenal on Wednesday. Despite the emphatic win, um, Despite the emphatic win, United's celebrations were tempered by suspensions of Codmeno and Lisandro Martinez. Both players picked up yellow cards, ruling them out of the next Premier League fixture against Arsenal. Martinez's absence in particular leaves a gap in defense, with Amorim likely to rely on Shaw or Johnny Evans, depending on their fitness. Hopefully, Johnny Evans is back. But then, because of the speed of Arsenal's attack, and that particular places where, which we're going to review when we do the match review for the Arsenal game. That particular position is where Bukayo Saka presses from. Um, that inside half space by the edge of the 18 yard is where Bukayo Saka presses from. So it will be very key on who we use there, and I think Luke Shaw is up to it. Luke Shaw is not going to be beating for pace against Bukayo Saka. It's just that we also need a backup, including Johnny Evans as well. And I hope that Lenioro is also back by then. I know Ben Aram is saying want to make sure that he's back fully. Um, Another honorable mention is Andre Onana. Emphatic saves, determined to keep his clean sheet. Now is the goalkeeper with the highest clean sheets in the Premier League. He has um, goals, 6 clean sheets in the Premier League, and hopefully he's able to replicate it against Arsenal, so we can actually know that, because Arsenal have a good defense and they're also in good goal scoring form as well. Even though before the last 2 games they were falling off. So honorable mention to Andrew Nana. Another honorable mention to Nuze Mazarawi. Always puts in 7 to 8 out of 10 performance every game, and he did the same today. He's never put a foot wrong. He's never kind of made a crucial mistake that will cost us. So he's been good, and I think he was subbed off because of the Arsenal game, and Matthias de Ligt was also subbed off because of the Arsenal game. Bruno Fernandes as well to manage the workload, and I think Mason Mount was brought in to play in midfield just to give him a run, so that in the Arsenal game we'll have enough legs to go through with the game. But on a final note, while Amorim has acknowledged the performance as far from perfect, the result provides a performance to build on, provides a platform to build on. Amorim said that it wasn't a perfect win. It was not so amazing to watch from his perspective, and I know how much of a perfectionist he might want to be to prove that, okay, we need to do more, right? So it was not so perfect to watch, but he said that we were pragmatic. Those were his words. We were pragmatic, and it gives us something to build on. So United's fluid attacking play and defensive solidarity was encouraging. I believe that if Ahmad starts the game against Arsenal, then Martinelli is in for a game. Is in for. I mean, Ahmad's going to give him a run for his money, because obviously he's going to be defending a lot, and whoever is going to be their left back, be it Califury or anything, one foot wrong and Ahmad pounces. He's so good at sniffing that danger. So let's hope that this builds from here, and United, being fluid in attacking is encouraging. But what we believe is what that we need as a team is consistency. To remain a work in progress. Um, we're going to continue to be a work in progress until Amorim fully builds his team and everybody understands what their role is. And one particular moment I'm going to pick in the second half is when Joshua Zirkzee blocked the ball and passed it out to the right side of the field. And because Amorim has tried to instill in these players the muscle memory to remember where they should be and where to play the ball. Zirkzee played the ball without even looking to the right side, hoping that Ahmad would be there. And I could see Ahmad literally applauding um, Zirkzee for that pass because obviously he was supposed to be there. He knew he was supposed to be there. So it's kind of like a muscle memory. You get the ball, excuse me, you already know that he's already running, and then but he got the ball at the halfway line and just turned and passed the ball, expecting that Ahmad would get it, but Ahmad knew that he was supposed to be there, which is good, right? So, but with the challenging December schedule ahead, this is the first of 9 games we're going to have in December, including a trip to Arsenal. Maintaining momentum will be key for Ruben Amorim. And that's about it. I'm really excited for the two players who scored, Joshua Zirkzee and Marcus Rashford. This is going to be good for their performance, going to be good for their confidence and all of that. And that's about it for match review for the game against Everton. I believe that this is a stepping stone towards us achieving great success as a team. We're building, and even the Premier League already knows it's a statement win to one all other teams. We are cooking. We are cooking. This is an emphatic win, first in a long, long while of having high score lines and still maintaining our intensity and keeping a clean sheet. Everybody needs to step up. Everybody will be involved in this. So hopefully, when we talk about the next game against Arsenal, we will definitely review the possible lineup that I think Ruben Amorim will use. Obviously, I'm guessing that Shaw is going to be back up for Lisandro Martinez, and Mason Mount is also going to be back up for Kobe Mino. So obviously, I'm guessing the midfield is going to be Kobe Mino. No, it's definitely going to be Casemiro, Ugarte, Mount, and um, Mount and Bruno, or probably Rashford. We might have Rashford again in that same, just to run at the defense, because obviously if you have a player who doesn't have to battle with the Arsenal defense, it will be good. So look forward to the match preview for the game against Arsenal. But as regards this, I am really excited for these guys, and I hope that we can push from this into a beautiful season ahead. So far, at least we can relinquish this season. We can recover this season. So relinquishing, we can recover this season. I might want to read a few stats that I found from the game. Um, Basically, according to Stockman Dave, um, Bruno Fernandes, since Eric Ten Hag was sacked, has scored 2 goals against Leicester, 1 goal against Chelsea, an assist against PAOK, a goal and an assist against Leicester, and 2 goals against Everton, and 2 assists against Everton. And obviously, for Ahmad has been directly involved in 5 goals in his last 5 matches across all competition. So he's been very productive and very key to Ruben Amorim's um, team, as the case may be. And Bruno Fernandes's game by number um, versus Everton, he had 74% pass accuracy, which is around the ballpark of passing accuracy that he always has. 47 touches in total, 5 ball recoveries, 3 take-ons, 2 chances created, 2 assists, 1 shot. He's basically the creator in chief as always putting up a consistent number and putting up consistent performance. He could have even won a penalty. I don't know why the ref didn't give that. He could have, and also if he went down, it would have been easier for him to be able to build from there, and then we can get a goal. He probably would have played that pen, or I think there was also another situation where there was supposed to be a penalty. Yes, there was supposed to be a penalty, but it wasn't given. I think it was Ahmad. You see, so there's so many, and if it were to be another team, they would have given it, right? Oh, days. Okay, so Manchester United um have scored 4 goals plus in a Premier League game for the first time since April when they beat Sheffield 4-2, a statement performance. But this time around, the 4 goals plus is 4 goals with a clean sheet. Um, and that is very interesting. For Joshua Zirkzee, his game by numbers for his Everton, he had 86% pass accuracy, 43 touches. He had 3 touches in the box, 2 chances created, 2 defensive actions, 2 fouls, 1, 2 goals. That's pretty much what he's like. And the fact that he had confidence to deliver. Like I saw him against in the game against Bodo Glimt, where he was so happy and smiley, and he was chatting and all of that. Like he already knew he was going to start this game. And that's what we want from our team, right? And for Ahmad, his game by numbers versus Everton, he had 100% take on success, 63 touches, 77 defensive actions, 4 touches in the box, 4 tackles won, 3 passes into the final third, 3 chances created, 3 fouls won, 2 assists, 2 shots. A perfect fit for this system. Amorim has just discovered the gem in Ahmad. And then for another person I'm very happy about that has scored, Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford's game by numbers versus Everton, 78% pass accuracy, 28 touches in total, which is twice the number of touches he had in the previous in the game against Ipswich. I think he had 14 touches. 28 touches in total, 5 touches in the box, 4 shots, 2 defensive actions, 2 crosses, 3 shots, and 2 goals. Out of 3 shots, he had 2 goals. So he's back on the score sheet again. So one thing I can take away from this is that goals exist in this team. Exist in this team. As I made an honorable mention earlier, um, Manchester United are currently third in the Premier League form table, right? Taking 11 points from their last 6 matches. No side has conceded fewer goals than there are 5 in this period. So Manchester have only conceded 5 goals in this period, and we've scored in the last 6 games. I think we've scored 10 goals. Yeah, we've scored 10 goals or 11 goals, as the case may be. So we're moving in the right direction, and it's a good thing. So that's pretty much what it is. We hope that this momentum takes us to the next game. Momentum is key for us against Arsenal. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following through with this review. For whatever you can, if you have any comments, suggestions, or whatsoever, leave it in the leave it in the comment section. But do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. I look forward to hearing your thoughts and feelings about the game. What did you think about the game? Did you think what was your rating of the game? And also look out for the 7 takeaways and the player ratings of this game. Thank you so much for listening. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.